Hello YouTube, it's Grasp PHP here, and in this third database tutorial I'll be showing you how to update a row in your database. I've already done a tutorial on pulling information down from your database using select and inserting rows into your database using insert, but now I'm going to be showing you how to change details from a record that's already there using update. So I have already got this basic HTML form here, because this tutorial is not about HTML, it's about PHP. So you can see this code in a minute if you want to copy it. And I've already got this table in my database called fruits with an ID column which is auto incrementing, the name of the fruit and the description of the fruit. So if we go over to our text editor here, we can see this is my HTML form markup, but we're just going to get straight on with the PHP here. So the first job our PHP script needs to do is see if the form has been completed, and to do this we use a simple if statement, and we just say if is set, and then in curly brackets again we say $_post, because we're posting the data from our form, and we're going to say submit. Now we say post because we can see down here the form method equals post, and we say submit here because we can see the ID of our submit button is submit. So we're saying if the form has been submitted, and then continue this block of code, otherwise show the form just like normal. So form has been submitted here, so we need to grab the form data that has been submitted into a local variable so we can use it. So we're going to say that name equals $_post of name. Whoops. Name. Okay. Then we're going to say description equals $_post description. So now we've got both of our fields in here. We're going to check if they have both been entered. This is very simple to do as well. We're just going to use another if statement, but at the end of this if statement we're going to echo after the curly brace. We're going to say else echo, whoops, so else echo you need to enter both of the fields. Please try again. So we'll get that error message if both of them aren't entered. Now to check if both of them aren't entered, we're going to use an if statement. We're going to say if name and whoops description just like that. So that checks if we have name and description. So if we do have both of them, we need to connect to the server using MySQL _connect, and then we're going to say if it can't connect or die, could not connect. So to connect to our database, I've got we put a host name in here, which for me is localhost, our username in here, which for me is root, and our password in here, which for me is nothing. Give ourselves a bit of space. Then we're going to say MySQL select DB, or die, So if it can't connect to the database, we're going to say could not connect to the database. And the name of my database is test. So I'm just going to plop that in there. So now that we're successfully connected to our database, we need to check if that fruit exists. So we need to check if the fruit for the name they've entered actually exists in our database, so we can update it. We're going to start a query. We're going to say exists equals MySQL underscore query, and then we can put our query in there. Then we're going to say or die if it can't complete. The query could not be completed. Okay, so for our query, we're going to put select everything from fruits, which is our table name, where name equals then $name, as that's the variable you can see that we've assigned up here to the HTML field that we created. And we need to check if anything has been sent back. So we're going to use yet another if statement, and we're going to say if MySQL num rows of exists, because that's the variable of our query. So equals 1. In other words, equals 0. In other words, that fruit doesn't exist. We're just going to echo that fruit does not exist. So we're going to say if it doesn't equal 0, actually. If it doesn't equal 0, in other words something was there, I'm going to put this curly brace up against the wall again, and I'm going to say else echo, I'm going to say in here that fruit does not exist. Please try again. Okay. So we're saying here if the number of rows from the query exists, which is here, doesn't equal 0. Sorry, one second. If it doesn't equal 0, in other words, so I want to say that is right. If it doesn't equal 0, I want to carry on. Otherwise, we want to say that fruit does not exist. So after that, we want to update the description in the database. So to do that, we're actually going to use this update query that this whole tutorial is about. And to do that, we don't need to connect to the server again because we've already connected to it up above, and it's the same one. So we're going to say MySQL underscore query or die, and we're going to say in or die update could not be applied. Okay, and in this query here, we're going to say update. Update fruits. Set. And say description equals. And then in single quotes, we're going to put our variable, which is description. Then we're going to use where name equals, and again in single quotes, we're going to use our name field. our name variable. So that will update the description where the name of the fruit equals what they've entered, and then we're going to say echo, whoops, then we're going to echo successful. Okay, so that's our script. Whoops, we need to have semicolon on the end there. So that's our script. So if we go across to the browser, if we don't enter anything in here and just press update description, oh sorry, 195, I've made a typo here, and that is my typo. There we go, that should have fixed the problem. So if we go back to the browser and refresh, we can just, if we refresh, we can see the blank form. So if we don't submit anything and press update description, we can see an error message here saying you need to enter both fields, please try again. And if we only enter one field and press update, we get the same error message, which is good. If we put a fruit that doesn't exist in there and then type in our description there, we should get the error message saying that fruit does not exist, which we do. That fruit does not exist, please try again. So I'm going to hop over to our database here, and I'm going to find a fruit that does exist. I'm just going to do pear for the moment, and we'll update the description for pear. As you can see, it says this is a test description at the moment, so I'm going to put fruit name pear in there, and then our description will be this, if you can see this, then our query has worked. Then I'm going to press update description, and we can see successful at the top there. So if we go back to our database and refresh, we can see pear. If you can see this, then our query has worked, which is exactly what we typed in. So to test again, we'll update the description for this fruit at the bottom here. You see at the moment this is a test description. So type in fruit there, and then we'll make our description yay, this works. Like that. So we'll press update description, and we can see successful at the top here again. So if we go back to our database and refresh, we can see under fruit, yay, this works. So we obviously know that this script now works. We can now update the description of fruits if we input the name in there. So I'll give you one last little look at the code, which is here. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments on this, or how you can implement it into what you're doing, and then please don't hesitate to leave a comment. Otherwise, please like the video and subscribe for more PHP tutorials. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.